Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. And before we're jumping into the base, I want to give a huge shout out to the base builder, June, or like Min Young, however you want to call him, who is building bases as well for Queen Walkers, has built this base for me, and it has doing an amazing job so far. So I just thought, okay, the season's just a couple of days left, and over the weekend I have missed a ton of attacks because of the casting. And that was unfortunate, but either way, this means I dropped quite a bit. So this is my current ranking, kind of like with the trophies. It's like from 5-3 to 5-5, 5-6 roundabout. And you can see a ton of people are taking in this trophy range with the golems and earthquakes. And I was kind of surprised. I thought like, okay, this attack strategy would be like more used in the lower range, like really low range, like 5,000 to 5,200 maybe. But apparently it's used there as well. So it feels like Golem, Earthquake, Witches, Super Wizard. The strategy is getting used from 5,000 to basically 5,600 to 5,700 roundabout. So it's a crazy popular strategy. So I thought, okay, let's share a base which is completely stomping attacks like this. Which I feel like some of you guys hate me for, but some of you guys might love me for this. So let's see how this base does. So first off, let's take a look at the base. We really centered Expo farm, which is quite annoying to charge. You can obviously play around depending on if you're getting attacked a ton with like air, if you're getting attacked with a lot of ground. You can kind of switch those expos up, make sure like all of them are ground, all of them are air, mixing things up like having only one air, whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. But this is the general setup of this base, with the heavy damaged core, and obviously not as easy to charge into the compartments. And it's kind of spread out. So all of this said, the one thing which I like about this base is even though it seems symmetrical, it is not, because the clan castle is off-centered. And what this does, it lures a lot of people into like false sense of security. So first off, I have put this 9 o'clock Inferno Tower to single and the top one to multi. What this does is, addition with this clan castle, a lot of people are charging in over there because a multi is nice to charge. And that's why those black mines are over there. So a really nice bait, which is working a ton. Maybe you want to switch things up. Maybe switch the clan castle with the wizard tower, so you have like a different setup as soon as people start copying this base. And this tornado trap, I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the tornado trap just yet. Like, I still try to figure out where exactly it needs to be placed. Maybe you can find the best spot for it. Maybe you can bait like a blimp or something. Totally up to you. And in the core, obviously, the air skeleton, because there are quite a few people still out there using electro dragons or like inferno dragons, things like that. So center skeleton trap set to air is pretty nice, especially close to a multi-inferno tower. So that's the setup over there. Obviously, a ton of black mines in the core, and otherwise most of the black mines at the top right. So this is the basic setup overall. I would say let's take a look at a couple of the attacks, but before we're taking a look at that, I will just show you guys my defense log of yesterday, because as I said, I dropped quite a bit, but I showed you all of the defenses like trophy range wise. I know my offense was not the best, but still on defense, like getting like above 100%, like 100 trophies a day is pretty nice. It's pretty nice, especially with a defense like this. So if you want to check it out, feel free to do so. But now I would show you guys a couple of replays, because I feel like the best thing to convince people of using that base is just showing a couple of replays, right? That's how we should do it. So let's take a look. First attacker, and this base is just a nightmare to attack with this Golem Earthquake spam strategy, which is really like so popular out there. It's totally fine, don't get me wrong. I feel like it's cool that there's a strategy out there which is easy enough for a lot of people to use. But at the same time, one thing which I like about this, it is not that hard to defend as well. And especially those teaser bases give people a rough time. So if you want to try it out and be a little bit annoyed for some of those, let's see. Okay, first off, the earthquake is always the same. This earthquake is on every single attack the same. It's always on the town hall. Sometimes people are opening up one of the inferno tower compartments as well, but always catching the town hall. I mean, that's the key, right? But now the follow-up is kind of different. Some people are trying it from the eagle side, which most of the time is a 1-star. Some of the people are trying it into the town hall, which most of the time is a 1-star. And then some people are trying it into one of the flanks, which can result in a little bit higher percentage, but still no triple have seen just yet. I have using this base for like a week or something. So pretty crazy results, and you can see exactly why this base is doing so strong with the strategy, because most of the like normal entries do not really work on this one. And yes, now I want to give you some more background information, because now you guys think, oh my god, this attacker is so bad, or like he's doing so many mistakes, whatever. Guys, as soon as you're defending a legend against people that are at a certain rank, and their attacks could be the best, the worst, whatever, as long as those are the players you're facing, then the base is doing fine. Because this attacker, maybe you guessed his trophy range, maybe not, this attacker has 5,500 trophies. Now, if you guys think, oh my god, what is he doing? Well, I don't care what he's doing, but as long as someone with 5,500 trophies is getting like a 1-star on my base, because this is going to be the result in the end, like getting like a 49, it's going to be meme, so 49% 1-star. But still, even if this would have been a 2-star, it's really low percentage, so that's kind of the key on getting those high trophies over a day. And well, the base is doing amazing versus all of those more spammy type strategies, which especially in the mid to lower range trophies is a great thing. Now you can see as well the wizard is trying his best to collect some more buildings, but he will just only get one more building down before dying. So 49% 1-star. Obviously, that's one of the better defenses. We have to admit that, right? We have to admit that was one of the better defenses. So let's take a look at a second attack of this type, because there are a ton of people using this strategy out there. It was mind-boggling to me, because before that before the weekend I was on like above 5,700 trophies, and I'm not using this strategy too often over there. Some people, yes, most of the people are actually using like the super giants with this attack strategy, but either way, not too many. Maybe one a day, maybe something like this. But most people are using like Lalo, Queen Charge Hybrid, maybe Chinese Smash, things like that. So having to face this strategy so often, like as soon as it dropped over the weekend because I had no time to do my attacks, I was surprised. So let's just take a look at what exactly is going to happen. This guy's bringing a couple of wall breaks. Either way, my walls are open anyway at the corners. But he's just going to use all of the earthquakes. I don't know if he misdropped the earthquakes or was intentional to not open those walls. I have no clue, and I won't say I'm knowing what he's doing. But once again, so you guys have some information about, like background information about this guy. He is at like around 5,400 to 5,450 roundabout-ish trophy-wise. So once again, someone who's like mid-range trophies, right? In the mid-range of this trophy league right now. And now let's take a look what exactly he's doing. Once again, the earthquake onto the town hall and the opening up the Inferno Tower. Like I said, this earthquake is nearly always the same with this attack strategy. And now the log is trying to get that town. That would be key for him, obviously. But once again, I'm having right now a super mini clan castle, which is doing a great job against all of those charges. And especially some of the air attacks, because the super minions are not that easy to deal with. So that was my choice right now with the defending clan cast. But you can bring a hound as well, I feel like, especially with his stack core, with all of the expos, etc. So seeing that the town's going down to the log launcher is actually good for the attacker. Bad for me, because otherwise it might have been once again a 1-star, I don't know. Either way, you can see now that as soon as those troops pass the middle line of this base, it is really hard for them to get into back end. We have the Eagle still alive, we have the Scatter still alive, and things like that. So those defenses are giving him a rough time to get into the back end. And now even the Tornado Trap is kind of like keeping his queen in place, keeping the queen in range of that Scatter. And once again, it's roughly about 60% defense. And as long as you're defending below 80%, I would say, like around 80%, you should always gain more trophies on offense. Like, I mean, 80% 2-star, that shouldn't be too hard to get on average, I feel like. So, once again, perfect defense, 63% in the end. That's a really nice one. Now let's take a look at the counter to this base, because I have to say, there's one weakness to this base, which is Electro Dragons, or like in general, like air is a bit tricky to defend, because the base is kind of like compact, especially in the core, like where all of the key defenses are. But the entry which he's choosing is kind of nice for me, because he's going into both air defenses, which are kind of spread and make sure that there's no Electro Dragon chains onto them. So they're doing a great job of defending. But at the same time, just take a look at those chains over the expos. This hurts. This hurts. Getting all of those expos down with like just a couple of E-Dragon chains. That hurts in the soul. But either way, this guy's just saying, okay, do not place these heroes too early. He's still saving on the blimp as well. And I think actually he saw my video. I feel like actually this might be a viewer. So hey buddy, I hope you're not feeling too bad about me showing your attack, because it was actually not bad. To be honest, you will get quite some percentage. But in the end, what I want to highlight is that even though he's doing a quite good job, one of the counters is not getting an easy 3-star on this base. And that's kind of the key thing. You will see in a second that he's doing exactly what I kind of like showed already in one of my videos with the super minions on the back end. That's why I think he might be a viewer of one of my videos, because I did like the strategy guide on this thing where one of the Clan War League clans did a crazy job with like tripling any base with this attack strategy. And you can see there's not much standing in this base, but once again, the Town Hall in combination with 4 heroes behind that is really scary to face. Now he has obviously his king and queen still left, and the blimp as well, but still there's the multi, or like actually there are 2 multi-inferno towers still. The heroes, as I said, he's now trying to snipe this multi-inferno tower. Like I said, he's doing a great job in like taking down the base, especially with his super minions. But once again, there's another black man, so the multi is not going down, and now it's all about the Town Hall going down, especially with the queen ability. That should be no problem. Here's still the rage left, nicely saved to make sure that it's going down. This is roughly about the 80% mark, which I was talking about. If you can defend on this level, that is like your goal, especially like when you're a little bit higher in Legends. Because like talking to like players like Boom or like Yo-Yo, having a defense which is around like 260, which like to most of us like, oh my god, this base really sucks. Like we'll never ever use it again. 260 for them is like a normal thing most of the time. So, or like even high, like 280 and things like that. They have to get like every single time above 300 trophies, otherwise they would drop. So, having a base which is on the mid trophy range, depending on like really good percentages, is everything you can wish for. So now let's take a look at the next attack, which is the Queen Charge Hybrid. So this attacker is actually at 5,650 trophies. So 5,650 trophies, which is actually not too low, I would argue. So he's using the charge at the same entry as I said. So as I told you, with having one multi and one single, most of the people are choosing the multi-inferno tower side, and they want to get the enemy clan castle out first, or as early as possible. This is why there are 2 charges out there. First one is right into the scatter, which he's doing. The second one is in between, which is working better. That's why all of the black mines are over there and not for the scatter charge. Either way now, the queen is slowly making it into. Now we will see why exactly this is so hard to pull off, because we have now 2 expos on the queen. Obviously, we could put like more ground expos, things like that, but still, 2 expos at this position is totally fine. He's doing a great job dealing with the clan castle, like poison, freeze, everything. He's doing a great job, but now the queen is stepping up and going into that range where he has to use the queen ability, rage, and everything, and he has to start the hybrid at the top side because he wants to get rid of that multi-inferno tower. But now he's getting into the Springtrap land with his hogs, I would say. Even though the queen is doing a great job of keeping somehow her head cool and trying the best. But at this point, she's just dying. Maybe could have raged her once again, but I feel like the healer switch at this point is better for him. So it was a nice choice. And there the first hog riders flying, but at the same time only 1 each. So that's quite unfortunate. Most of the time the springs are working better. But either way, this is showcasing how this base is working, even with the springs working not that great. Now we have 3 Hawk Riders flying. That's great. In the core, the spring traps protected this multi-inferno tower nicely. And now it still keeps staying. And that's the key thing. Keep being up there, being annoying. Now we have a couple of more miners flying. We have some more spring traps going to be engaged soon. Another Hawk Rider is going to learn flying. The Royal Champion at some point is going to die because of the expos. Another spring trap. You can see there are so many spring traps in defending this charge, like this, defending this back end, that in the end, yes, this guy did everything, like everything he could. Like there was no execution error in this attack. Just the traps on their own, even though they triggered not perfectly, did a great job on defending this entry. So in the end, it's going to be, once again, roughly about 80%. But that on the trophy range of 5,650, to me, is a really good job. So I hope you guys have a really good defense with this base. Let me guys know how it's working for you guys. I hope it's working somehow. But either way, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me guys know what you think about this base. And once again, a huge thank you to Minyoung for building it and sending it to me. I will see you guys back in the next video. Until then, see ya. And of course, bye-bye.